Hello, everyone. My name is Jesse Gutierrez. I am the founder of Gutierrez Analytics, and the company contracted by Bank of America to work on the Uncollectible Debt Project. So prior to beginning, it is important to note that 44% of total revenue of Bank of America is comprised of accounts, checking, saving, retirement, as well as loan services. That is mortgage, automotive, student loans, etc. So a big challenge is that once a customer has an outstanding balance, instead of that total being charged off, it is then deemed uncollectible. However, Bank of America created an algorithm to try to predict what would be the best combination of machine generated prompts to reach out to a customer in an outstanding balance, or being able to implement and incorporate human resources as a Bank of America employee is going to have a chance to personally reach out and try to get the balance that is owed. So the question is, do a higher allocation of human resource implemented in uncollectible debt recovery strategies yield a higher return when compared to lower levels? So it is important to note that the different types of recovery strategies, it's comprised of 5 different levels, starting from level 0, which solely relies on a human, or I'm sorry, solely relies on machine generated prompts, in comparison to level 4, which is predominantly reliant on human efforts. So level 0 does not cost Bank of America anything because it's already a model that's implemented and used as well as developed. However, as more and more staff involvement starts to kind of be implemented and incorporated, will the labor cost amount to $50 per person per level. So in short, a level 0 costs $0 because that's just machine prompts. Level 1 is $50. Level 2 is $100. 3 is $150, and level 4 is $200. So questions that we were asked is there a visible difference between the average percent recouped based on levels, and how much money does Bank of America generate per customer based on the implemented recovery strategy? So Bank of America analytics team was generous enough to provide us a data set, so a table that had 1,883 rows, 5 columns comprised of age and sex, recovery strategy, expected recovery amount, actual recovery amount. And the biggest thing is this, we had a chance to analyze and go over each and every one of these components. However, it was a limited data set in that 1,883 samples is only a fraction of the customers served by Bank of America, as well as 5 variables was also very limited. So we did have to create additional assumptions in that we're assuming that this is based off of a given county, and the backgrounds and the types of loans, the ratio pertaining towards income to debt are all similar. So going into the variables, the average age of the customers was 39.7% or 39.7, with 51.7% being male, 48.3% being female. The recovery strategy was on a scale between a level 0 to level 4. Expected recovery amount is based off of the algorithm created by Bank of America on the amount that they anticipate a customer will repay in the future, and the actual recovery amount is indeed the amount that they actually repaid. So to begin, we plotted each specific recovery level classification on the bottom, and compared to the actual amount that they received or Bank of America recouped and compared to what was expected. So as we can see, level 0 as well as 1, the majority of customers in those classifications actually repaid less than 100% of what was expected, whereas level 2 up until level 4 customers actually exceeded the expectation for what they actually paid. Something else that we did include is, as there is a higher cost associated with each different level based off of leveraging human resources, we did find that Bank of America loses $327 with 67 cents per customer for level 0 to 61.98 for level 1, but starting at level 2, that's when they start to generate money. So for level 2, Bank of America on average gains $209 with 35 cents. And as we can see, for level 3, it exceeds 1,700, and for level 4, exceeding 4,500. So key performance indicators to focus on that can really help out is, number one, increasing the ROI. So based off of how we're focusing on outstanding debt, which is money that a customer owes Bank of America and Bank of America has not received, and it could be deemed a financial loss, it wouldn't be the most suitable to lose additional money to a customer that already owes you money by implementing um, a corresponding level strategy that is just costing money. In the instance of the table, it's level 0 as well as level 1. We also want to minimize prediction errors. So as we noted, amongst level 0 and level 1, the actual amount expected compared to the actual money repaid, there was a discrepancy of as much as 25 or 30%. So we do feel like with additional information, we can fine tune that model. So the timeline that I presented is comprised of 3 phases. Phase 1 is present descriptive analysis based on the limited number of observations and variables that we currently have. Phase 2 is still working with the Bank of America analytics team to be able to get a more comprehensive data set with additional variables. This will allow us to train and to be able to test additional models to improve the overall accuracy and as well as best predict consumer behavior. And the third phase is deploy a predictive model tailoring recovery strategy to each customer, maximizing return on investment. So focusing on the data at a glance is, although the amount of information that we had was very limited, and we did have to make a lot of assumptions based off of that, we didn't have sufficient data to be able to generate a model with high confidence that it will be accurate and it will accurately predict future behavior. So what we recommend is being able to, again, obtain additional information. This would allow us to kind of fine tune the models, test additional variables, and find ways to personalize the recovery strategy to increase the amount of money actually recouped. These were the references that I used, and please feel free to reach out with any questions or concerns. Thank you all for your time.